I'm Sarah. I grew up Amish in Pennsylvania and I left. And one of the questions I get asked the most is this: do Amish women ever fall in love before marriage? People imagine Amish marriage like it's either arranged or it's just practical or it's decided by the church like some kind of checklist. But the real answer is simpler and more human. Yes, Amish women absolutely fall in love before marriage. They just fall in love inside a world where love is supposed to be quiet, controlled, and headed toward commitment, not just dating. Let me walk you through what that actually looks like, because the way Amish girls fall in love doesn't look like movies. It's slower. It's more public in some ways, more secret in others, and it comes with a lot more pressure than most outsiders realize. First, here's a fact that clears up a huge misunderstanding. Amish marriages are not arranged. The young man and young woman choose each other. Parents might have opinions, sure, and the community absolutely pays attention, but it's not like your dad picks your husband for you. That idea is a myth. So if Amish women can choose, then yes, feelings matter. And love can happen before marriage the same way it happens anywhere, through time, attention, familiarity, and that moment where one person starts to feel different from everyone else. But here's where Amish life changes the shape of it. In many Amish communities, the social life for young people starts in the later teen years. There's a youth group culture, and one of the main ways boys and girls interact is at Sunday evening singings. This is a real thing. Groups of young people gather, sing for hours, eat together, and socialize. It's not a party the way outsiders think, but it is one of the biggest spaces where romance starts. Now picture that if you've never seen it: a long table, boys on one side, girls on the other, hymns, yes, but also social songs in some places. Stealing glances, quiet jokes between songs, watching who sits near who, noticing who always seems to look for you when they walk in. That's where falling in love begins for a lot of girls. Not with texting all night, not with being alone together at a coffee shop. It starts with noticing, then anticipation, then that feeling of hoping he shows up, and then usually the boy makes the first move. A common first step is simple. He offers her a buggy ride home. That sounds small, but in Amish culture, that's a signal. People notice. And once that starts, it can turn into regular visiting and courtship. Now, do Amish women fall in love before marriage like head over heels, butterflies, can't eat, can't sleep? Sometimes. But it's complicated by one big thing. In Amish culture, dating is supposed to be for marriage, not for fun. So feelings and future are tied together early. If you're courting someone, it's not casual. People assume you're heading toward marriage, even if you're still figuring it out. That changes what love feels like, because you don't get to just see where it goes without the whole community sort of leaning in. And another real fact outsiders miss: Amish couples can date for a while and it can stop. It's not guaranteed your first courtship becomes marriage. Dating can falter or continue toward marriage, and people may date more than one person before choosing a spouse. But the emotional cost of a breakup can feel heavier because you don't have the same privacy. If you're seen together, people talk. If you're not seen together anymore, people talk even more. So yes, Amish women can fall in love before marriage, but they learn to guard it. Love is not something you perform. Public affection is limited in Amish culture, and modesty matters. A lot of emotion is kept behind the eyes and in quiet choices. And now let's talk about the part people are usually really asking when they ask this question. They're wondering, do Amish girls have real romance before marriage, or is it all just duty? Here's the honest truth from someone who grew up inside it. Romance exists, but it's built out of different materials. It's built out of showing up, being steady, being respectful, being known by the family, being someone who can handle work, faith, and community life. And for many Amish women, love grows from trust first. Because marriage in Amish life is serious. Divorce is forbidden in traditional Amish communities, and that reality adds weight to every choice. That's why families and young people treat courtship seriously. So when a girl starts falling in love, she's not just thinking, do I like him? She's thinking, can I build a life with him? Can I live under the same church rules together? Is he kind? Is he reliable? Will he be gentle when life gets hard? That's love too. It's not less romantic. It's just grown in a different climate. Now, another real piece of context, Amish youth have a stage of life people call rumspringa, which literally refers to that period where teens begin socializing more with peers and eventually decide whether to join the church through adult baptism. Most don't run away into city life like TV makes it look. Many still live at home while they socialize more. That matters because falling in love usually connects to a bigger decision. Am I going to be baptized and stay Amish? Because here's a key rule. To marry in the Amish church, both people must be baptized members. So for a girl, love can be tied to identity. If she falls for someone who is committed to joining the church, she feels pulled toward that commitment too. And if she's unsure about staying Amish, falling in love can feel like a crossroads. That's one of the hardest, most real parts of this topic, and people outside don't always understand it. Now let's address the delicate part with respect and facts. Sex before marriage is strongly discouraged in Amish communities. But reality is reality. It does happen sometimes. And when a pregnancy happens before marriage, you may see a fast-track wedding to avoid being pushed out of the community. That's not gossip. That's documented. So do Amish women fall in love before marriage in the physical sense, the emotional sense, the attachment sense? Yes, all of it can happen, but it happens under rules, consequences, and a lot of silence. And I want to say something that might surprise you, because Amish life is so structured, the emotions can feel even more intense. When you don't have 100 options, when you don't have dating apps, when you can't casually hang out alone whenever you want, every interaction carries more meaning. A ride home, a visit, a look across the table, it all matters more. And that's why, when Amish women fall in love before marriage, it can be deep. Not because it's a fairy tale, but because it's one of the only spaces where a young Amish woman gets to choose something personal for herself, in a culture built around community decisions. So if you're watching this and you've always wondered whether Amish women marry for love, here's my answer, as Sarah, ex-Amish from Pennsylvania. Amish women fall in love before marriage the same way women everywhere do. They just do it quietly, with fewer words, with more watching than touching, with more pressure, with the whole community as the background. And if you want the most honest sentence I can give you, it's this. In Amish life, love doesn't start at the wedding. Love starts long before, in the buggy rides, the Sunday night singing, the visiting, the choosing, and the courage it takes to say, I want to build my whole life with you.